where do I start with this basketball team? Literally, where do I start? The New York Knicks were absolutely embarrassed last night. I was embarrassed to be a New York Knicks fan after watching that disgusting performance versus the Indiana Pacers, a team that's looking to blow it up. Miles Turner potentially on the way out. Sabonis potentially on the way out. LeVert potentially on the way out. They can't move on from Brogdon because they extended him. That was one of the most gutless performances I've seen by the New York Knicks. And as long as Tom Thibodeau's our coach, I thought we would never come out with no fight. There's been plenty of games this season that we've come out with no fight whatsoever. Julius Randle, where do I freaking start with this guy? Julius Randle, I loved him last year, but it's a brand new season, and he has been bad, settling for stupid jumpers. This man showing no effort on the defense side of the basketball at all. Like, a lot of people show no effort. Like, a lot of players show no effort whatsoever, and this guy picked up another technical, just another terrible job of, setting a good example. Like, this dude is no leader whatsoever. He doesn't hold himself accountable. He doesn't hold his teammates accountable at all. When you watch Julius Randle out there on the floor, he continues to turn the ball over. His body language is absolutely disgusting. It seems like he thinks he can never do anything wrong. When it comes to a press conference, I'm tired of the excuses. This team is full of excuses. This team has a losing attitude. I'm going to be getting into Evan Fournier, but let's get into the collective effort. Let's get into, the whole group. There is no positives to take away from this game at all. No positives whatsoever. Tom Thibodeau, I'm going to say this about Tom Thibodeau. At the end of the day, Tom Thibodeau does need some help. Evan Fournier needs to knock down his shots. Julius Randle needs to knock down his shots. But Tom Thibodeau's our head coach. He's supposed to put our players in the best position to be successful. And the defense, I'm not all going to put on Tom Thibodeau at all because I kind of knew what we're getting from Evan Fournier on the defense side of the basketball. I can't blame Tom Thibodeau for the effort Julius Randle showing on defense. That is absolutely disgusting. But it's so weird to see a Tom Thibodeau run team play with no heart, play with no determination. But this offense is so piss poor. There's no constant movement. This is one of the most vanilla offenses I've ever seen in my life. And RJ Barrett, when it looked like maybe he was getting off to a good start, kind of in that first quarter, we gave him the ball, right away. In the second quarter, what did he have? One or two touches? Did he even get a shot attempt in that second quarter? I swear, we don't care about developing anyone at all. That's the way this New York Knicks team looks. Tom Thibodeau constantly babies Julius Randle. Who's going to tell this guy to stop making the same mistake over and over again? Julius Randle's not listening to anyone at all. This team is just awful to watch. Evan Fournier, that's going to be a waste of a contract. You could say I'm overreacting, but this dude doesn't even care about playing defense. He does not even give a shit. And he's just bricking shots left and right. Yes, does it not help that there's no constant movement in the offense? Yes, some of this goes on Tibbs. I do think we need to get an offensive-minded, kind of coach we got to bring in. I miss Mike Woodson, I'm not going to lie. But Fournier, he's been bad. Hopefully he gets his shit together, but he's bad on defense and he's bad on offense right now. And this is what's making me think the New York Knicks are going back to being a freaking circus show, being a circus. After a disgusting performance by Evan Fournier, he has the nerve to blame a freaking steak and food poisoning. If you have food poisoning, why are you playing in the freaking game? Why are you even playing if you feel like shit? That is one of the most embarrassing excuses I've ever seen. It'll be different if you said I'm hurt, like a body part or something. But no, we ate a steak. That is just so embarrassing to hear as a New York Knicks fan. And I understand people that are going to be oh, they want to compete and all that. They don't want to let down their team and all that. In my opinion, you're letting down your team by being selfish when you know you're sick. You know you're not 100%. You're not playing at the highest of level. You shouldn't be playing when you're sick. That is selfish because you're not at your best. And I don't even think he was sick. I really don't. This team's just full of bullshitters. It really seems like that right now. There's this team was so awful last night. And it's not even the first time. I believe it was in the second quarter. The defense was bad the entire game. The interior defense, the defense outside on the perimeter. Sabonis absolutely cooked Julius Randle. Dorte freaking just killed the entire New York Knicks team. Interior defense, crap. No pressure on the Pacers at all. They were literally casually going to the basket. Wide open three-point shots, not collapsing outside on the perimeter. There was literally no positives to take away from this game at all. Turnovers, like allowing offensive rebounds. This was one of the most gutless performances I've seen. Like, I was so embarrassed last night. That was just so freaking awful. It was so bad to watch. So bad. And there's no positives like about like this team moving forward. It's like, okay, maybe like I could be like, if this was last year's team, this team's gonna fight. We're gonna find a way to like win that game. We might string together a few wins. Like, the Knicks cannot carry on any momentum. Like, I don't care about people saying, oh, yeah, they have to gain chemistry. This team doesn't care. They play with no effort. You're not going to gain chemistry if you don't give a shit. And this New York Knicks team looks like they don't give a shit at all. I don't care what anyone says. Like, you don't know when your team's going to win if you question the effort. You should never question your effort with your team, especially a Tom Thibodeau run team. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, guys, have a humble day or night. Peace out, y'all.